baby, we got a wild one for you this week.
That's right. And when she says wild, she actually means it. In a sloppy seconds first, we're talking about erotic hypnotism. And guess what, baby? We got a demonstration!
There was cum in the room!
No, there wasn't any cum. Call HR.
No, but it was very horny, and now I would like to be hypnotized. Please enjoy this episode.
Show everyone your muscles.
Oh.
Mom!
When your first choice is a big old bus,
You turn around and boom, you end up with a sloppy seconds. Oh, diva. Our number is 213-536-9180. Our email is sloppysecondspot@gmail.com. Now on with the show. How you sloppy, stupid little fucks, you not so fucks, you dirty little fucks. Well, no sloppy seconds, Big Dipper, Meatball, and that's Big Dipper.
I'm feeling wild.
I don't know what's about to happen.
I'm very excited for today's show.
Is it because I'm wearing earrings?
You do look very professional. You've got earrings on. You've got nails on. I feel like you just now in March, I guess this is coming out, you're feeling New Year, New Me?
No, these wigs were just given to me and then
Late.
it's late. No, these were for someone else who didn't pay, and so they came my way.
Oh!
Yeah!
That is a drag secret right there. If you don't pay for your things, they go to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
did you pay for them?
I tipped the person very well.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I feel like you can be a generous tipper, but then also you're the kind of person that goes, I don't care if they need the tips. I didn't get my Coca-Cola on time. I feel like you do both.
No, I tip everybody in the service industry very well because I don't think it's fair that they don't get paid well enough.
I agree.
But enough about the service industry, and let's start talking about the servicing industry. Oh, God. The servicing. And enough about the service industry. Let's get to talking about the servicing industry. You know what I mean?
I think it would be better if you just said servicing instead of like over-enunciate. Should we workshop the joke right here live?
Yeah, let's do it with them in the room.
Okay.
So enough talk about the service industry, and let's get to the servicing.
How about go industry of servicing?
Oh.
Give it a go. See if they like it.
Enough talking about the service industry, and let's start talking about the industry of servicing. You know what I mean?
That's right. Today, we... I fucking hate you. Today, we have a person who we don't really know very well, but we're fascinated by. Please welcome Mind Foxxx. What did you say?
Mind of Mencia. Mind Foxxx Muscle!
AKA
Jeremy! Hello, Jeremy.
Hi there.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing well. It's good to see both of you.
It's
Thanks
good to
for
see
being
you, too.
here.
Thank you for being here.
Now, we just ran into one another. We'd been messaging back and forth. I reached out to you on Twitter, and I was like, okay, your Twitter feed is very intriguing to me. Would you consider being on the show? You were really open to it, but we've never met in real life. And then we were both down in Mexico.
Puerto Vallarta.
And I
So you saw the sty when it was bigger?
Oh, yeah, when I had my big...
was
It's
huge.
still there,
It's
my
awesome.
sty.
I had one too, actually, like going right into it.
Really?
Like literally at the same time. Yeah, no, and then like on the first day, it like magically disappeared, and I'm like, oh, thank Christ. Like,
Well, see, that wouldn't happen for him. It just got worse and worse.
days.
5 straight
it probably
days
just
of
moved
stuff.
then from me to you. I'm sorry.
No, I had it before I ever
Okay,
met you.
okay.
I had it before. No, but I also hate that everyone's like, oh, dirty butt. And it's like, it's a pimple. It's
Right.
not conjunctivitis.
Right.
I've had conjunctivitis from dirty butt. I've had a stomach flu from dirty butt. You have also experienced things from dirty butt.
What did I get from Dirty Butt?
Layla McQueen.
Oh, I tasted it.
But anyhow.
You ever tasted Dirty Butt?
You know, I mean, yeah, but I've never like contracted anything from it.
What does
I've
it
just
taste
sort of-
like when it's dirty?
I mean,
What's that mouth?
it varies, right? Like it really
Dude.
depends.
I guess it depends on what they ate.
Because no, exactly. It's their whole like microbiome. It's all of the inside of them, everything that's alive there. That's what it tastes like.
What a beautiful way to put it.
How's your microbiome these days?
All right.
Okay, so I saw you at PV. I walked up to you. I introduced myself, and you were like, "Yeah, I'll see you in a couple days here at the podcast studio." And look at God.
Yeah, so how was Beef Dip? Tell us about it, because I've never been to like a bear event like that.
Yeah, so I mean, it was definitely bear soup. I had a really amazing
The
time.
water gets a little murky.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Mantamar. I'm like, I don't know. If they had some way to like sort of like rake the pool between the days, but it's just kind of a cumulative, a cumulative seasoning.
Okay, I went in the pool.
Yeah.
I went to the beach club for one day. I went in the pool for 10 minutes.
With your eye?
Yeah, but it's a pimple on the eyelid. You make it sound like an infection.
I just think it's embarrassing to have one.
Right. I was embarrassed.
Okay, that's all I need to hear.
I was just stay in the house.
Yes.
So I'm in the pool. I'm talking to my friend, and he was like, "Let's get out." And I'm like, "Okay." So I take a step, and I feel something on my foot. And I go, "Oh," and it was hard.
Oh.
So I was like, "Okay," and it felt plastic, and I was like, "Okay, so this could be like a part of a glasses or some,
Yeah,
something."
sunglasses, yeah.
So I feel around, and I, lift. I'm like lifting my foot up, and it's a cup, and it's like, oh, it has a swim up bar, so someone
Right.
dropped their cup in there.
Oh, yeah, that seems
So I
fun.
lift the cup up, and what is sort of attached to the edge, as if it's a garnish, a Band-Aid. And we very kindly,
no, I'm gonna vomit.
we very kindly took the cup and just went and set it on the bar
Very
and
good.
exited the pool.
With a Band-Aid, I assume.
I love that. I didn't touch the Band-Aid.
I think that is wise. Yeah, I
It
think
was
it's wise.
so bear soup in full effect.
Now, do you think it becomes so soupy because of like all the sunscreen that people are wearing and their body oils, and then a couple people, of course, are probably still loose from a fisting? And
I mean, my
coming
guess is
out.
definitely like it's got to be the sunscreen. It's just like it's just the stuff that's like layered on top of everything else. But
it makes that nice sheen. On
yeah,
the
I mean,
top
I'm
of
sure
the
there's
water.
plenty of other like constituents, but I'm guessing sunscreen for the most part.
Sunscreen and duties.
Optimistically,
And duties. Okay. One thing that I was really, because I didn't attend a lot of events, but I walked
You
around.
couldn't with that sty.
I walked around and I paid attention to what was going on. It really feels like a mix of like, people looking at you, I would identify as a muscle bear
oh, thank you.
versus, thank you,
He said thank you. He knows how to take a
versus,
compliment.
sort of the chubby bears or the more just like natural bear types. It seems like a mix. Is that your take on it? Or
Yeah.
do you feel like the people sort of separate out and it gets kind of clicky?
I mean, my hope and sort of definitely what I observed at Beef Dip, but not everywhere and not all bear events, but like what I observed at Beef Dip is people really didn't seem to care. They're just like, oh, actually, people are beautiful, and let's just be bears together and otters and the entire zoo. And it was really nice. Like, and I hope that I'm not just being sort of Pollyannish about it or something, but that was the vibe that I got. Like, people just seemed to be interacting with everyone, and everyone was giving one another the time of day, and like
I would say I did see like obviously it feels we all go back to high school in those moments, and so
Oh, yeah.
you see a
It's the
group of
cafeteria.
5 like huge like roided out dudes sort of lumbering
And
down
I go
the
stand with them
street
because they're my people.
because you say matchy
Matchy, best
same
friends.
same.
that's it.
But it does feel you sort of get into a shell like that. And then one of my absolute favorite things is to see the couples when they're sort of
Fighting.
very mixed body types. And you see like the super roided out guy with the tiny petite one or the big chubby one. And you see them sort of holding hands or walking down the street. And you're like, there is hope for everyone.
True love is out there,
Yeah, I mean, I hope that we're not, and I think the promise of bear events and like bear culture was to like let go of kind of clone culture and that idea that it's just all got to be this homogenous, thing.
Right.
And I don't know that is always the case. I mean, no, I know that it's not always
Yeah,
the
it's
case,
definitely
right?
not.
For sure. But this event in particular, like people really didn't seem to be too caught up on it, which
Yeah.
was really nice. There wasn't that crazy like sort of self-selection and sorting into like, oh, well, this is that sort of look and this is that sort of look. It's just like, no, everyone's in the soup. Everyone's, like doing whatever they need to do to their brains to like chill the fuck out. And yeah.
I did
G.
see you.
Now,
Whatever they need
Mike,
to do.
whatever
Whatever
they
they
need
get
to
at the
do, whatever
pharmacy.
you can get. Oh yeah, the pharmacia.
Right.
My question is like at a lot of events, my issue, not just bear events, is that I don't like being like overcrowded,
Oh.
and I feel like I need personal space. But when I was looking at the pictures from Beef Dip and like the video that you sent me, it's bodies on bodies. How is that? Like, how do you have a conversation? How are you enjoying that? For me, I need my space and like to be able to talk to people. So
That's where the G comes in.
Yeah. Right, like people will drop a pill and then suddenly your like personal space like just sort of shrinks. I find
mine would get bigger. I'd be like, further away.
No, I think it depended on whether you're doing a bunch of things in the clubs that were down there, or if you're at the pool or the beach. Because pool or beach, you've got quite a lot of space. Even at the like pool at Manamar, it's like there were plenty of times where I could easily have like stretched my arms out and like not bumped into anybody. But like the clubs are always it's always kind of a crush.
It kind of seems like you can go down there, and I think the similar thing happens like in P-Town, where you can go down there and be like, oh, I'm going to do the beach every day and go to these drag shows and go to this dinner and go out to this club one time.
Yeah.
Or you can go clubbing every single night and never do any of the other stuff. Like, it's sort of a choose your own adventure, and you can do it in any way you want.
I would be out every night.
I know you would. But, well, speaking of, I did see you sort of clump up with one group of people, but I think it was just because you're all friends. It seemed like a San Franciscan / Phoenix contingency, all of content makers who were all sort of greeting one another at the beach.
Yeah, that was our house by and large. Yeah. So
they rented a house. They were there for work and play.
Right.
Was it a work trip as well?
I thought about making it one, but then I got kind of lazy. And I mean, I've got like
it's so hard to clean out on vacation.
You know
what I mean?
Also, think about having to set up the camera, find someone to film.
For sure.
Set up the camera.
I mean, well, yeah, but like you gotta like hopefully
you gotta have a Donnell to film
stuff.
from far away.
I mean, I think the way to do it, if I wanted to like multi-purpose the trip, would probably be like, see if we can get a room and like have cameras in there all the time. But I also like
stream.
Or
or
like,
just like that's the filming room.
Yeah, right.
It'll stay set up.
Exactly, and that
rent it out to the other guys there.
Yeah, throw in some GoPros, and like some decent, maybe one or two decent cameras.
And then I'm always in the corner.
Right,
with just an iPhone 2.
Now you're giving me an idea for Beef Dip next year, where there's just like a cam house.
Yeah.
You could do it.
You could do it.
Like,
I'm sure other people do it already.
All right. Well, let's get into why we brought you here. Enough small talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it about hypnosis that you're attracted to?
That's a really good question. I think that's a lot of the time how this conversation starts. Is like what like got you into this in the first place? And I think it's one of those kinks where for me, more of a fetish really than a kink, where it's like you kind of like wake up to it at a fairly early time in your life and see like images in media or something that's like something's going on, like this guy Sam, whose last name escapes me, but I can add it to the notes for this, coined this term fetish clang, which is like when fetish clang, like the sound, like clang, like the sound of a loud bell or something. And it's the idea of like you're watching something like with your family, say, and some scene comes on that like hits like a fetish or a kink for you, and it doesn't for anyone else. Like they have no idea what's happening, but for you, it's like.
For me, it was a picture of Antonio Banderas in a gold Speedo.
Oh my God.
That's when I knew. I said, that man's going to get me hard.
Yeah, I feel like when we were talking at the beach, I said something about I was like, oh, are you going to bring your pocket watch? And I forget what I said, but to me it was fairly innocuous, something about the pocket watch or about it being shiny. Yeah. And you went immediately like, oh, fuck, that's hot. And I was like, oh, that didn't even like register to me as something sexual.
Oh.
Yeah, so I think when you have a fetish like this, you wind up sort of you really put a lot of you put a lot of energy. Yeah, you wind up putting a lot of energy into like these objects or like scenes or actions that you see especially in media. So it's like when I like when I saw, I mean, for me, it was Disney's Robin Hood, which gave so many fetishes to so many people.
Well, yeah, fucking
So,
Robin Hood was
like,
hot.
He was hot.
It right for starts,
a
right?
hot
Like that
little
fox
animal.
could get it.
Yeah.
That fox could get it. So like furry
and
ground
Mind
zero.
Foxx.
Furry ground zero for our like generation for sure. There's this whole bondage scene also where he's basically like tied up after like remember, like, and he's basically like is tied up on all and just looking like all defiantly. And then there's like the scene with Sir Hiss where he is hypnotizing the king, whose name I forget, and the king's like sucking his thumb. He's like this big lion.
I remember that.
Right?
And when that movie was horny.
It was
I'm
horny
rock
as
hard.
fuck, right?
Of course you are. Didn't even have to get the pocket watch out.
Right, exactly. And so like, seeing that like, at a really early age, it's like I don't know what's going on, but something is very much going on, right?
Sir Hiss.
Right?
I forgot about all of that.
So that was the clang. What made you like get into actually doing it? When did you start, Well, that's my only motion for it.
No, it's good. That works. I can intuit from that. Yeah, right? Like it seems a very natural transition. Like, so I think for me, like a lot of people, that my fetish was kind of a second closet, right? So it's like it was the first coming out as gay and small town and largely religious place, and then getting to the point where I'm like, oh, I'm actually comfortable like coming out of this, and then for years after that, being like, oh, I have this thing that I'm really into, but it's like a weird thing, and I really don't think that people will like me if they find out, right? And so it was. At a certain point, though, like you kind of resign yourself to thinking like, oh, I'm just going to have this in my like spank bank, and these are going to be fantasies, and that's all that's ever going to be. But that changed as a function of time, and I started to like very tentatively like mention it to people, but I actually mentioned it to fairly early boyfriend of mine who had some training in psychiatry, and so he was like, oh well, I could do that to you, and I'm like, okay, this thing. It's like you're like the dog that finally caught the car.
Yeah.
Right? And so there was this moment where it's like, all right, and we were at some club, and I sort of like brought this up, and he was like, yeah, no, let's do that, and we did, and for me that was this whole. This whole thing, this whole world opened up of like, oh, this doesn't just have to be something that's in my mind and something that's like, I'm gonna like beat off to. This can be something that I actually enjoy with other people, and. I think from that point on, it was kind of just a matter of time before I was like, all right, let's maybe get a little bit more public about this. Let's see if other people are interested and if it resonates. And it turns out it really did. Like, I mean, when the pandemic rolled around, I was already kind of considering like, like I'm going to try out OnlyFans. I'm discovering a little bit of an exhibitionist streak. Like, let's see what this is about. And then it was very natural to be like, well, I really want to do some hypno stuff because there's not a lot of that online. Like,
I didn't know that it existed, to be honest, until I saw your stuff.
Yeah, there's definitely been over the years, like people will roll out these files and stuff, but there's like a lot of there's a category called like sissy hypno, which is not my particular like Kappa G.
Oh
but,
no, what's that one?
Kappa G! Kappa G! Oh my god!
But
what is
it
that?
also it sounds like a cool party or like a remix
Or like a cereal, Captain G.
No, I was sissy hypno.
Oh,
right. I mean, it could definitely be a party.
Captain G.
But it's a kind of like hypnosis for the sort of like feminization thing, and people who sort of like eroticize that. People who eroticize that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe before I get into drag next time.
Yeah, you gotta
Come in like a little lady.
Yeah,
it's a whole
tap
thing.
into your feminine side.
It's a whole
actually,
thing.
once for once.
But I couldn't, at that time, like find exactly what I wanted. Like there was some, like media, there's some porn, like that had like hypno themes, but nothing that was like, all right, that's really like scratching the itch. And so I'm like, all right, well, it's not entirely altruistic, obviously, but I'm like, well, I'm going to make the porn that I want to see in the world.
Yeah.
That's what we do right here.
We make the content we want to see.
Yeah. So that was kind of the genesis of it, and just started like releasing this stuff on OnlyFans, which has since become like extremely restrictive about hypno content. Yeah,
they're getting weird. Well, I didn't know about the hypno content. Wait, why? Wait. I have questions. Well, I guess start with the why, but then I want to go back to like, how did you train yourself to hypnotize people?
Take a break and then we'll answer these.
No.
Questions. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, we'll be right back. Do you want to improve your sleep? Well, listen up and get a Helix.
Whether you sleep on your side, your back, your stomach, Helix makes premium mattresses that are designed to fit your specific sleep style.
You know, now that it's spring, why not upgrade your sleep game and get a Helix mattress?
And you know what?
What?
I can guarantee you that they have a mattress for you with over 20 different styles and models for you to sleep on. I love sleep. I can't get enough of it.
And I love my Helix mattress. So ever since I got the big and tall, I know we go on and on about it, but it's a perfect fit for me. I haven't had a mattress before that I was able to select a model from, and I'm so happy I got to do that with Helix.
And I too have the big and tall model, and it's perfect for my big and tall body. I loved it so much, I got a second one from a guest room.
True.
Yes, baby. And the people are sleeping great in there when they eventually do sleep in there.
Best of all, Helix delivers right to your door with free shipping in the US, and you can get a 120-night sleep trial to make sure that it's right for you.
You also get peace of mind because Helix mattresses are backed by a limited lifetime warranty and have been recognized by experts at places like Forbes and Wired. And me. I am a sleep expert too.
Period. Go to helixsleep.com/sloppy to get up to 27% off site-wide during their Memorial Day sale.
That's helixsleep.com/sloppy, and make sure you enter sloppy seconds after checkout so that they know that we sent you.
helixsleep.com/sloppy.
Get yourself a Helix.
We all have days when we want to eat well, but just don't have the time or the energy to plan, shop, and cook.
That's exactly where Factor comes in. They deliver fully prepared meals designed by dietitians and crafted by chefs right to your door.
With Factor, you can stay on track with your nutrition goals, whether that's high protein, balanced meals, or overall wellness, without any extra effort.
The meals are fresh, never frozen, and ready in just 2 minutes, which makes it easy to fit into your routine.
You know, I love coming home after a long day and having a tasty and filling Factor meal. It's waiting for me, and I don't have to worry about shopping. It's quick and easy, and one less thing I need to think about when I get home.
You know, I'm feral for fish right now, and I always get my fix with Factor. I recently had their scampi-styled shrimp and salmon, and let me tell you, it did not disappoint.
So get Factor today and start enjoying delicious and nutritious meals.
Head to factormeals.com/sloppyseconds50 off and use code sloppyseconds50 off to get 50% off and free daily greens per box with new subscription only while supplies last until September 27th, 26. See website for more details.
That's factormeals.com/sloppyseconds50, like the number, off. Sloppy Seconds 50 off.
And we're back.
Okay,
So before the break, I was so rudely interrupted.
Restrictive.
Yeah.
It's tricky with hypno because of consent.
Yeah, I think that's a big
Because
part
people
of it.
are saying, yeah, go ahead and hypnotize me. But the idea is once you're under hypnotism, you're no longer in control as seen by the only.
Oh, yeah, and I guess writing on a piece of paper like I consent to acting like a dog would kind of take you out of like the fun of it.
Well, I mean, I think it's
Arf, arf.
Arf.
I mean, well, that's a whole other subgenre.
What?
Which I
Bestiality.
mean, but no, yeah, so like the zoophiles. No,
Now talk about Captain G.
Now, wasn't that a movie?
No.
Zoo Files?
Zootopia.
But you know, like no, but like pup play is definitely a bona fide, so to speak, subgenre.
I've never seen someone hypnotize a dog.
No, like for like not for cis pups. Like for you know,
Cis pups.
like but for you know for humans who are becoming dogs in their minds.
Oh.
But so where was I? There was a question in there.
Meatball wanted
The
to know how you.
restrictions, and then
Right.
when did you train yourself?
Right. Okay. So with regard to the restrictions, yeah, it's definitely like a sort of pre-consent situation, right? Where it's like if you're going into a, like heavy bondage scene, and say you're going to be gagged or the like, then you got to sort of pre-consent to that situation, right? Like that's something that you have to negotiate in advance.
Right.
And hypnosis is very much the same, where it's like, all right, let's talk about what you are available for, what are like hard and soft limits. But I think generally the idea of people sort of losing control is what has made these policies so restrictive. And it's really by and large like credit card companies who are spearheading that.
Oh yeah.
Because about the processing.
Yeah.
Like I know a couple people who run their own websites.
Yeah.
And, Hunger FF, who we've interviewed on the show,
Love him.
had to search pretty far and wide to find someone who would do processing on his fisting website. Because people go like, oh no, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like shockingly prudish.
Yeah.
At some level, I can understand like people being sort of risk averse, especially with hypno, where it's like someone could come with a chargeback and say like, "Oh yeah, I didn't actually want to make this charge," right? Like someone
I saw the preview video and they controlled me.
But for me, that seems like a reach, and a pretty like intense misunderstanding of what hypnosis is and is capable of.
Sure.
So yeah, we wound up with more and more restrictive policies. What's been interesting is like it used to be that if I published a video that was me hypnotizing someone else, that it would frequently get flagged. And now it's like even ones where I'm just sort of like talking to the screen, hypnotizing the assumed viewer. Those are getting flagged on my OnlyFans account as well. So it's
who's flagging them? Like who's watching them and being like, oh, I don't like this.
I mean, it's got to be. I don't think that it's
someone that's paying for it, right?
I don't think so. I think in this case, like my account has in effect like been flagged in some way where they will not even publish any of my videos before a moderator has a chance to sort of like scan through it. So like it shows up on the site as like, oh, your video is processing. I'm like, you've had plenty of time to process this video. This is not complicated.
They're
So
like
someone's sitting there watching it all the way through, jerking off. Hope.
I mean, I would hope at least somebody gets to enjoy it that way.
That's so crazy because I used to follow some people that did like public stuff, like out in the park or on a walk or whatever, and those all those videos came down.
Yeah,
and they were like, "Oh, we're switching over to just for fans," and then they did, and then they all came down off of just for fans.
Yeah, I mean, I've had much better luck on just for fans, but they ostensibly have a policy against hypnosis as well. So I'm mindful about like the language that I use, and I try to be like, oh, it's mind fucks. It's like we'll call it what we need to call it.
That's so
Zootopia.
Crazy. Zootopia.
We'll call it Zootopia.
Mind Foxxx. Well, so let's get into the nuts and bolts here. So you had a friend, or you had a previous boyfriend who was sort of open to doing this to you.
Yeah.
You got excited about that.
Yeah.
Obviously, on your account, you show things of both whole and pole, but both you being hypnotized and you doing the hypnotizing.
Yeah.
So how did you learn these skills? And do you prefer one over the other?
Yeah. So, I think
he hasn't even answered yet, and you're shocked.
I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of it.
Really?
The dick?
No,
of hypnosis.
Sorry.
I mean,
it's the hypnotizing.
Yeah,
because you're scared.
Because I feel like it would unleash something horrible in me.
I used to not
like
want
the
to
time
smoke.
that I hit that guy on the motorcycle and he died and I just kept driving. Like I feel like that if that got out. Just kidding.
Which time?
Yeah, which time exactly? No, that never happened. But I just feel
I
like
understand. I understand
something
the,
horrible. Like the time I came to after getting my braces or taken off or something, and they had to put me under because I was kicking too much. And I came out and I was like, "I'm not gay." Okay, I'm a little gay, and I just kept screaming, "I'm gay," as they were carrying me out of the thing.
That's why I didn't smoke weed in high school. I was so scared that I was going to get high and tell everyone that I was gay.
Yeah, but what if I was like, I got a gun or something like that? Like when you hypnotize me, how do you know what someone's gonna say?
What kind of skeleton do you have?
Exactly. Exactly.
I mean,
so there you have it, folks. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
Yeah. So
how did you learn?
So and then we can touch on all of that.
Yeah.
I think we should.
Sorry,
I think we should.
I've had 2 coffees. I'm cranked.
Fertile vein. Yeah, so I think that both being hypnotized and doing hypnosis are skills. I think that one has a little bit higher barrier to entry than the other one does.
Sure.
It's easier, I think, to be a subject because you're like, oh, this is something that is being done to me. The reality is it's not something that's being done to you. It's something that you are doing. It's a state that you're able to access or even over the course of your day-to-day life. If you, for example, have found that when you drive somewhere, you wind up getting to your destination and you're like, what happened to the past like 15 minutes? I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a driving hypnosis. You're just sort of, you wind up in a state of absorption, the sort of like fugue in between here and there, where your body can take care of the automatic things that need to happen, for driving. But it's really not so different from that. It's that someone is guiding you into that state, hopefully to, use it in either a fun or useful way. But practically anyone can go there. And I don't think that there are necessarily monsters to be found there. You can wind up with what's called an abreaction, which is when you give someone a suggestion and the sort of like quiet observing part of them rejects that suggestion, but in a very like high energy way. Some of the time that can be a pretty like intense reaction, but in my experience that's pretty rare. So like I think that it's not like you're losing yourself any more than you're losing yourself when you lose a little bit of time, driving somewhere. It's just a state of absorption that lets you have more of a like rapport with your other than conscious mind. And, you can do some fun things with that, and some useful things and some useful fun things.
What are some of the things? So like as you're doing this in a sexual and erotic and sort of in a play space with a partner, because I've seen from your videos and, from just cursory research online, like you can do this over Zoom, you can do this over FaceTime, over the phone, you can do it in person.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you're doing with partners to make it erotic and sexual?
Yeah. So I want to tie it back also a little bit with a like learning to
sure.
do it with and kind of combine the answers there. So I think when you are learning to do hypnosis with someone and like guide them into trance, there are a ton of resources available. There are really outstanding YouTube channels where folks are just kind of breaking down like a hypnotic induction or, how best to deliver a suggestion. There is a lot of very good information. There's a lot of very like dodgy, lousy information, but like you get kind of an ability to kind of distinguish between the two. I have a lot of books that I've read and have since I was, at like a fairly early age, just from the interest and the sort of like erotic fixation on it without necessarily intending to do anything about it.
A Wrinkle in Time.
Right.
Oprah really changed.
And I think the main thing was actually having folks who are willing to practice it with me and who are interested in kind of like, all right, well, I'll be, your first subject or your second subject or your third or so on when I'm kind of like ironing out the technique in my mind. But I think, having a huge fetish for this has been beneficial in that there's always sort of a voice in the back of my mind that's like say this next, or say this next. And that helps. I think so. I think consuming so much sort of like information and media about it, there's a little bit of a kind of like background process that's like, here's what you could try. And that's not to say that it's always gone well, but I do feel like I can kind of rely on it a little bit at this point.
Yeah. And what are the things that you're doing?
Yeah. So I have a sort of variety of things that I really like that are erotically charged for me, and you can kind of like break it down into things that are sort of in the moment things, like make someone feel especially horny or make them feel like pleasure at your touch or make them feel some particular way. You can do things like, hypno bondage is also a delightful way to just experience, kind of bondage without necessarily my having to learn a bunch of knots and rope skills. Yeah, exactly.
You don't got to be a Boy Scout to play.
Yeah, right, exactly. So that can be really fun. Like being able to,
you're just like,
yeah, or you can, and we might experiment a little bit with that later. Yeah, that can be a fun one. Exactly. So I think that can be a really fun way to play the kind of like hypno bondage, telling people that they're stuck, or there's the whole ASFR where you kind of like freeze them as a statue and can kind of pose them or like do stuff to them. And that
I would like to do that.
It's very
pose someone, but they have to stay hard.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. That's a great one. It's like, the more I move and pose your limbs, the hornier you get. Is kind of a way that I might frame this.
I'm in.
Right? So, is there like horny zone like soundtrack?
It's just
I hope.
wild.
I
Yeah.
hope.
It's just so crazy to me.
Yeah.
So the things that have a lot of charts for me though are kind of like longer term like transformation type stuff where it's like I want to like grow you, or I want you to like grow your belly, or I want you to like become some way or transform yourself because of the work that we're doing together, and you just find yourself making decisions more and more in your day-to-day life that like move you in that direction. So that can be very fun.
That's the type of
Okay.
hypnosis that I think my mom did a very long time ago when she was trying to lose weight.
Yeah.
And she went in and she made this lady make everything sweet taste bad to her.
Yeah.
And it did last for about a month. But she stopped going to that lady.
Yeah.
And she started eating those sweets again.
Honey.
And Nikki got thick.
Well, I know Nikki
Nikki
one
got
thing
a
about
fat
me.
ass.
One thing about me and Nikki is we both like a sweet.
Yeah, you do.
No, this is my curiosity. So in my hometown where I grew up, every New Year's Eve, I remember really specifically, they would do
Getting hypnotized?
No, they would do like activities in the downtown area. This sounds like a very small town thing, but just outside of Chicago.
Yeah, it was Chicago.
You go to an art gallery, there's like a band playing in the bank lobby. They were trying to like activate the downtown or whatever. And every
Sounds
year
rich to me.
for like 5 or 6 years in the library, there was a guy doing hypnosis, and he would do like on the hour, they'd fill up the little like conference room, seminar room at the library, and to an audience of like 150, 200 people, he would do his like shtick, and it would happen over and over and over again that night. And he would always bring up about 8 or 10 people. He'd sort of hypnotize the whole bunch. And it's all that stuff you see on the internet where it's like, when I go like this, I'm invisible, or when I go like this, I become Michael Jordan, or you're a chicken, or every time you hear the word X, Y, and Z, you act like, everything is really loud or whatever. And then I was always, whether or not I bought into what was happening, I always thought to myself, like, what if these people go home and they're,
And
they're driving
They get a
along
snap, and all of a sudden they're a chicken while they're driving.
yeah. So I'm curious.
Is that possible?
What's the deal
And what's
with
the
all of
lawsuit?
that?
Yeah, I mean, so that kind of is possible. I would say the idea that some suggestion could remain active after the session or performance that you see, and I think that the responsible thing for any hypnotist to do is to clean up after themselves if they're giving them suggestions like that.
No, I know you're not a hypnotist, but just listen to the advice. The
I'll never
advice
clean
was
up after.
clean
Every
up
time I leave
after
here, I leave
yourself.
all this sitting out for someone else. I don't even think about it. And there's something wrong with her.
So Big Dipper is going to like subtly hypnotize you then to like.
That's not subtle.
That's
You
not subtle.
do it.
You
Make
do it.
her
Fix me.
neat and cleanly.
Fix me.
Fix me, daddy.
My car's clean now, for once. So what happens? Do you like hire yourself out? Like, do people are like, oh, I want you to come hypnotize me? And then what's a general session if someone's like, I want to be hypnotized, and you're like, for what? And they're like, I don't know, do whatever.
Yeah. So right now I'm not doing like general sessions for hire. Like it's something that I've kind of bandied around, but it's like it's very time consuming.
Yeah.
And frankly, it's also like quite like energy intensive to do it, and you have to sort of like plan things out and come up. Usually we'll prepare some sort of outline if I'm going to do a play session with somebody. So generally, I haven't been able to find a way to make the kind of value equation make sense for me to do that on a for hire basis yet. But I have a number of like regular play partners with whom I'll do it, and then I'll do it, in the like OnlyFans capacity where I'm like hypnotizing whoever is viewing the video. And that can actually really, that varies in terms of the response that people will have. I think with practice, anyone can get to the point where they'll have a good hypnotic trance from video. But it's way easier to do in person when you can actually see the visual cues from someone where it's like, oh, they're ready for this, or they're like at this level of depth and so on.
Right.
So yeah, that's kind of the way that I've done it. I mean, I have a couple of play partners who I can film with regularly, and then like a handful of play partners with whom we just play and just enjoy it. And that's been good. Like that's doing it over Zoom also is relatively recent for me. It was something that I was a little bit hesitant to do just because, again, it's a little bit lower fidelity as of a medium for something like that.
Right.
But I've actually had really good results with it. It helps that I'm working with folks who are, fairly hypnotizable, out the gate. And the result of that has been some like pretty fun hot sessions over Zoom, and then we can, in cases, record that and do whatever we want to do.
Trap, you can't do nothing.
Now, my question to you, and then we're gonna
get a demonstration.
I have two questions for you.
Yeah.
Because like on your Twitter, you obviously like tease a lot of the content on your OnlyFans. I'm curious to know what in a play session is your favorite sort of dynamic to receive,
and then can you do it to him?
And give. Like there was some clip on there where someone was hypnotizing you to basically like at the mention of a specific word immediately, find a dick to suck, whatever dick was there, which I think was only the one person in the room. But the idea would be,
what if it wasn't? What if that person was trying to get you there and then you went straight for the cameraman?
I mean, I still hot, and really,
you find a cucumber, you're like, this works.
and that would be on them for not being specific with the suggestion. If it were any
not
dick,
cleaning up after
nearest dick to
right? Exactly.
So, as far as being hypnotized or hypnotizing, what was your favorite in that play area?
Yeah, so at this point, it's pretty even. Like I really like. I would say in the beginning for me, like I had a lot more of a sort of sub drive where I'm like, I want someone to do this to me. And then as time went on and I just realized that, I can exert a lot of control and I can started to explore the various options.
Yeah.
Then it was like, I'm popping wood thinking about both of these things, which is sort of my litmus for, like how interested am I really, just daydreaming about it.
Popping wood.
It's like, oh yeah, that's not going to lie to me. So
it's like usually, when you're looking for water in the woods with what
dowsing,
do they call that?
Dowsing.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know the one.
No.
But I will say that it has been traditionally a lot easier to find subjects who want to work with me than to find like hypnodoms who want to work with me. So usually it's like,
wait, why do you think that is?
I think it comes back to that barrier to entry, and that like the first few times definitely that you're doing hypnosis with someone where you're the hypnotist is a very vulnerable position to be in because you're like, oh, what if this doesn't work? Like what if, and so I think it's a real barrier for people to kind of like overcome on that side. Whereas as a subject, it's more like, oh well, this is gonna work on me or it's not, and it's probably gonna work on me because I really want it to.
Yes.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
You gotta have that belief.
That all tracks.
You gotta believe, like Tinkerbell. You gotta clap.
It helps.
So we are going to have an in-studio demonstration now.
We have spoken to HR, and everything is fine as long as no one comes.
Yeah, there's no.
And that's really the only constraint. Oh, sweet.
Well,
you see, we've blocked out the window, so anyone walking by doesn't,
catch a glimpse, and we get in trouble.
And we've vetted,
one time we had a jumbo cock in the room. What was it?
It was at the other
silicone
location.
Pump dick, and we played with it, and so everything's fine.
So we've talked through. Everyone is comfortable, but the rule we were given was no one can come.
Okay.
In the room,
which is like basically college dorm room rules. Like you don't come in this room.
I used to jerk off in my college dorm room.
But was it like two twins near each other? No. See, that was the rule that me and my roommates always had. Never come in the same room.
So where were you coming? In the shower?
The bathroom, in the shower. Like a normal fucking person.
Down the drain while you cried?
I was never crying. Sometimes I was smoking a cigarette in there. It was double tasking. I was trying to...
In the shower?
Yeah, you stick out, and then like Willow Pill, you got a cold glass of milk in the corner. All right.
Okay, so we are gonna do a demonstration.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. So let's take a break and we'll be right back.
Demonstration. And we're back.
So we're now gonna observe a demonstration with Jeremy and a willing participant named James. Anything to say before we do it?
No cum.
No cum. Okay, here we go. Let's go to the demo.
Okay. So first of all, thanks for agreeing to do this with me. I really appreciate it.
Yes.
to begin, I was hoping to ask you a little bit about experience that you might have had with hypnosis before, and just sort of like what that was like for you. So we can,
Yeah. I experimented with hypnosis about, I would say, a few months ago. I was having some issues with letting go. I would think like my anxiety get the best of me in most sexual situations. And I think I realized that I had some issues with control that I needed to relinquish. And by relinquishing those, I feel like I was able to like get out of those anxieties. So, yeah.
awesome. And you and I haven't done hypnosis before, so this is the first time that you and I have done it. Can you tell me a little bit about what it felt like when you were going into trance, when you remember going into trance the last time that you did that?
Yeah. I think it's very, very similar to meditation. You know, taking those deep breaths and then realizing that your brain and your subconscious are kind of like molding kind of into one, one big situation. And I think that almost Zen mode is a very euphoric and erotic situation. So
Awesome. So I just want you to kind of like hold that in mind a little bit right now. We can start to just let that Zen sort of relaxation come into your mind. And now what I want to do is we can start with what we call some suggestibility tests. There's I want you to experiment something with me. I want you to go ahead and hold out your hands. So you're going to hold them where they're out in front of you. That's exactly right. I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to imagine, you don't have to force or do anything, and just allow it to happen. Your hands have very powerful magnets in them, and they can begin to slowly pull themselves together more and more tightly, more and more automatically, those magnets becoming stronger and stronger, just finding that it's so easy for your hands now to just drift toward one another, just inexorably, naturally, just finding that those magnets pull those hands together so naturally, so powerfully, more and more powerfully now, more and more powerfully now, more and more powerfully now, until they touch and just naturally clasp. You can just let those hands just intertwine and clasp now. Go ahead and just intertwine and clasp. You can open your eyes. Put your hands like this. Perfect. And just lock out your elbows. Lock out your so, perfect. All right. Now, those magnetic hands, you're going to find that they're just locked, stuck now. You can just go ahead and try and pull them apart. Just go ahead and try and pull them apart. But you'll find that they're just locked, stuck right now. Very good. Now, you can just let yourself relax and sleep. Sleep deeper and deeper. And your hands can automatically just untangle, entwine naturally, easily, effortlessly, becoming completely relaxed. And you just find that the more that I speak, the more relaxed you get. And there's just a wave of relaxation that you can allow to go from the top of your head to the tips of your toes now, just more and more deeply relaxed. You'll find that whenever I touch you, your body just relaxes where I touch, just becomes more and more relaxed, just continues to just melt as though it's just melting away, like candle wax, just melting away and just becoming more and more easily, effortlessly relaxed anywhere that I touch from now until the remainder of this session. Now, you're going to find that anytime I and only I say the words deepest sleep, you're going to drop right back down into this wonderful, profound relaxation, this perfect, profound hypnosis that you can never remember having, this wonderful, deep, deep state of peaceful, peaceful relaxation. Anytime that I and only I say the phrase deepest sleep, this is exactly where you're going to go, but twice as deeply down and twice as quickly down into trance as you were just a moment ago. Now, on the count of 3, I'm going to have you open your eyes, feel wide awake and refreshed, but you know that part of your mind is going to be so eager to drop so deeply down anytime that I and only I say the phrase deepest sleep. When you're understanding, accept the suggestion. Just give me a little nod. Very good. You'll open your eyes and feel wide awake now on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Open your eyes. How do you feel?
Good. Just woke up from a big nap.
It's nice and relaxed. So what I want you to do is let's go back into hypnosis again. You ready to go into trance with me? All right. Shake on it. What I want you to do is just focus on your hand. Just allow your hand to go in and out of focus. Just in and out of focus, and take a deep breath in. And sleep, deep, deep down, deepest sleep, deep, deepest asleep, deeper and deeper. And you find that anytime that I say deep asleep and you're already hypnotized, you're just going to go twice as deep as you were just a moment ago, deep asleep. Remembering that anytime that I touch part of your body, that part just relaxes so much more deeply. And that relaxation just spreads from any part that I touch all throughout your body, just enjoying that feeling so very much because it is such a wonderful feeling in your body and your mind. You find that the deeper you go, the better you feel. And the better you feel, the deeper you go. Very good. Very good. Now, I want you to imagine, with your very powerful imagination now, that you're at the top of a flight of stairs, and very sturdy stone stairs, and there's a nice wood railing to the side you can easily grip. You can see this so clearly in your mind now. There are 10 steps to the bottom, and with each step that you descend, going down this flight of stairs, you're going to find that you go twice as deep into trance. I want you, with your hand on that rail, feeling so stable, secure, and relaxed, to take that first step down now. Very good. And just double the depth of relaxation that you feel and double your trance. And take that second step now, deeper and deeper down, more and more relaxed. That effortless relaxation, just doubling again as you take that third step down, feeling so safe, so secure, relaxed, and hypnotized, and enjoying that feeling so very much as you take that fourth step and go deeper and deeper down now, so much deeper than you thought you could. As you take that fifth step and go even deeper, that sixth step, go even deeper down, feeling so safe, so secure, and understanding as you take that seventh step, you're going into the most perfect, profound trance that you can never remember having. And you take that eighth step deeper and deeper down, seeing those stone stairs so clearly in front of you, and take that ninth step deeper and deeper down, the 10th step, and deeper down. Very good. Now in front of you, you're going to see a red door with a golden knob. The door is a door that you can open to your other than conscious mind. And you have a key in your pocket that goes into the gold knob for that red door. I want you to take that key out, put it in the door and unlock it, and then pass through the door. And I'll come with you. My voice will go with you. Very good. Now on the other side of that door, I want you to hand that key to me and I'll take good care of it. Very good. Now you see in front of you a wooden bench where we can sit down and relax for a moment. You can sit down and I'll sit down there with you. And you can just, as you go and sit down on that bench, drop into even deeper and deeper trance. You find that with each and every word that I say, you can allow yourself to go more deeply into trance and just enjoy that feeling, a very pleasurable trance in your body and your mind. Now, what you're going to find is that when you awaken again, you're going to be stuck to your chair. You're going to find that you're unable to get up out of your chair, that you're stuck to it as if you were glued there. I'm going to instruct you to try and get up out of your chair after I awaken you. And you're going to find that you're stuck there, and eventually I'm going to bring you right back down into this trance, just twice as deeply and twice as quickly as you were before. So you'll open your eyes on the count of 3. I'm going to instruct you to try and get up out of that chair. But you're going to find that you're stuck there and you won't be able to. You can just give me a little nod when you understand and accept the suggestion. Very good. All right. So you'll open your eyes now, feeling awake and refreshed on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Open your eyes. I'm going to try and get up and have a little stretch. Get a little blood in your... Come on, you can get up. You get up out of your chair. A little stretch. It seems like you might be stuck to your chair. No, really try. Really try. Really try. And deep asleep. Good boy. Good boy. Deep down. Deep asleep. Very good. Very good. Feeling so relaxed, so at peace. Just enjoying how my voice can always bring you back down to this perfect, profound relaxation. Now, what you'll find is that feeling of being stuck to your chair, that unable to move feeling, something that your other than conscious mind is going to remember. And any time that I say the word freeze, you're going to find that you freeze completely in place. If you're staring in any direction, your eyes will remain fixed in that direction. You'll be freezed as if you were a statue. And like a statue, you're going to be posed in certain ways. Like a mannequin, you'll find that your limbs automatically allow me to move them as if I were moving a rag doll. But when I let go of the limb, that it remains there, as if you were a posable statue. As if you were a posable statue. Anytime that I say freeze, you'll find that your body freezes
places in place, but you'll allow me to move any limb, and your limb will remain there when I leave it there. When you understand and accept the suggestion, give me a little nod. Very good. Good boy. All right. Now, I'm going to awaken you on the count of 3. Let's chat for a moment. 1, 2, 3. Wide awake. How do you feel?
Good. A little tired, but
A little tired. That's good. Well, why don't you go ahead and freeze right now? Let's freeze. Very good. You need to find that as I move any limb of yours, just automatically, like a rag doll, just allows me to move it and then remains in place as if you were a posable statue. Exactly. Perfect. Very good. You're doing so very well. As if you were a posable statue, you can just allow any part of you to remain exactly where I place it. So a posable statue. And you'll find that anytime that I say the word unfreeze, you'll become back to normal and just unfreeze now. Very good. Very good. All right. And deep asleep. Deep asleep. Deep, deep down. Deep, deep asleep. Very good. Now, what I want you to find is that when I put a gold pocket watch in front of your face, you're going to find that you begin to feel pleasure in your body and your mind. Your eyes will remain fixed on that pocket watch. And what you'll begin to think about is all the times that you've felt pleasure in the recent past, the different places in your body where you feel pleasure. So you might think about the places that you feel pleasure when you're by yourself, whether you feel pleasure that's coming up around your cock or your balls or your prostate or your hole, your lips, mouth, and throat, all those places in your body where you feel pleasure. And I just want you to imagine those as a constellation of stars right now, those little pinpricks of light where you can feel pleasure. And what you're going to find is that when you focus on the pocket watch, you're going to remain fixated in place. Your eyes will remain on that watch. But the more that it swings and spins in front of your eyes, the more pleasure you're going to feel. And any time that I snap my fingers or any time that I tap you, you're going to find that the pleasure that you feel doubles and it's going to become almost unbearable. It's going to become a sort of orgasm in your body. And it's going to feel better and better any time that I snap my fingers or tap you, feeling this pleasure and focused on the pocket watch that's in front of your eyes. And it's going to feel so good. You're going to want to feel better and better, knowing that as you do, anytime that I snap my fingers or anytime that I go ahead and touch you and tap you, you're going to feel that pleasure double. It's going to be so very nice. Very good. Now, when you understand and accept the suggestion, you can give me a little nod. Very good. It's going to be so interesting because if I have you talk about any particular thing and then you begin to see that shiny gold watch, you're going to find that you immediately stop talking and just focus on the pleasure. It's going to be such a strange interruption where you're just going to allow that pleasure to move in on your mind and allow that pleasure to take control. Very good. So I'm going to wake you up on the count of 3, ask you some questions about something that may seem unrelated, but you know that anytime you see that watch, you're going to stop talking and find that that pleasure just begins to mount in all those places in your body where you feel such intense pleasure. Very good. Now, you'll open your eyes on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, open your eyes. So one of the things that I find very, very interesting about chatting with you is you have always got you have the best TikTok videos. So James has the best TikTok videos that I've ever seen. So I was wondering if you could tell me what do you think makes for a video that is like a good TikTok video?
Oh. Well, I mean, half of my TikToks now are all thirsty ones. So,
Very good. I understand all about those thirsty TikTok videos. I just feel better and better. And anytime I do this, anytime that I tap you, you know what happens. I just feel better and better. Very good. Until it becomes almost unbearable. Very good. That's right. Feeling better and better. Better and better and better and better and better and better and better. And deep asleep. Deep asleep. Very good. Good boy. Very good. Now, you find that pleasure that pleasure, that it's seeping into your mind and that it doesn't ever really go away. And it goes into a reservoir in your mind where all of that pleasure is only cumulative. And that place in your mind where that pleasure accumulates just becomes deeper and deeper and more profound. The more that we work together, you find that that pleasure becomes deeper and more profound anytime that we choose to access it. It never really goes away. It just seeps back into that reservoir. You can see that in your mind now. Very good. Now, thank you for enjoying this time with me. I want to wake you up once again. When I do, I'm going to shake your hand. You're going to feel a very intense orgasm. In fact, on the count of 3, I want you to bring to mind an orgasm that you had recently, a very intense one. And I want you to allow yourself to fully experience that. You find as I count to 3 now that you're going to feel with each count closer and closer to the intensity that you felt. And just finding that that pleasure just goes into that reservoir of deeper and deeper pleasure. And anytime that I shake your hand from now on, you're going to find that you feel an even more intense orgasm than the one that you bring to mind. When you understand, accept the suggestion, give me a little nod. Very good. All right, I'm going to count to 3 now, and with every count, you're going to get closer to that orgasm in your mind. And on the count of 3, you're going to feel it exactly as it was. 1, closer and closer, feeling so good. 2, closer and closer, and 3. Feel that orgasm now. Just feel that orgasm moving through you now, moving through your body and mind in all those ways, in ways that you know, in ways that you're only beginning to discover now. Very good. You can just let that pass now. And it goes right back into that reservoir of pleasure that you know as you go deep asleep, deeper and deeper. Very good. Very good. Now, on the count of 5, I'm going to awaken you from trance. I'm going to, whenever you feel me shake your hand, you're going to feel an orgasm that was twice as intense as it was just a moment ago. And when you feel that I don't let go and I continue to hold onto your hand when I shake it, the orgasm is only going to continue to mount in intensity, more and more intense the longer that I hold onto your hand. You won't want me to stop. It's just going to feel so good and so overpowering. When you understand, give me a nod. Good boy. All right. You're going to awaken now on the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Opening your eyes, and 5 back in your body and wide awake. Very good. Very good. You're an awesome subject.
That was nice. That was very nice.
Very good. I'd love to hear that. Thank you so much for working with me. You're a delight to work with. Thanks so much. Yeah. How's that feel?
That feels very good.
It feels good. Oh boy. Deep asleep. Deep asleep. Deep asleep. Good boy. All right. And you can allow all of those suggestions to just go by the wayside right now. You can allow yourself to remember the session, anything that you wish to remember, and forget anything that's best forgotten. You're going to find that the suggestions that I've given you can just fade away, can just let themselves be like broken links in your mind as you return to your day-to-day life. And anything that you wish to hold on to, you can hold on to as if you were remembering parts of a very pleasurable dream. I'm going to awaken you now. On the count of 5, return from hypnosis, feeling wide awake, feeling refreshed, and eager to learn more about hypnosis and do this again sometime. Now, 1, awakening on the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, back in your body and oriented in space. 4, opening your eyes, and 5, wide awake. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
James is a delightful subject. A very, very good
Yes, thank
subject.
you, James.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
So much to
That
unpack.
was so much. How do you feel?
I feel like I got a full 8 hours of sleep.
You were
Really?
Yes.
snoring at one point.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I mean, I would love to do this again. Like, for real.
Have
I
you-
want to do it tonight.
Have you ever been? You said that you listened to some audio files. Have you ever worked with someone in person?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. The guy that his name is Hypno Daddy. He lives in LA, so shout out. But he sends me some audio files, and then right before bed, I listen to them and I fall asleep to them. So these headphones actually are really soothing. It kind of reminds me back to that.
Got
Situation.
it.
Okay, so you're open to this and you've done it before, so it was
Yeah.
easier for you
Mhm.
because they've done it before.
Right.
Wow.
And you two hadn't worked together before ever,
We're about
but
to.
you know each other.
Yeah, we know each other. I think we've kind of meant to for some time. Like, and I'm like, oh, well, why don't we do it on a podcast?
Do it on
Do
the
it for the world
podcast.
to see.
So wild. That was incredible.
That was so intense.
Do you have any recollection of what happened? Were you in a position where you sort of saw what was happening, like sort of an out of body experience, or do you know what just happened?
I would say the best way to explain what just happened was like when you wake up in the middle of the night and then you're like, oh, I got to get some water. And then you grab the water, then you go to your bed, and then you're like, okay. And then you don't really remember how long you were up, you know?
Oh, yeah. And then you wake up with a water bottle next to you.
Yes.
And everyone's
How
like,
about a glass of water? What are you trying to kill the
We got
planet?
glass of water.
And then we're gonna take a break and sort of do another check in here with Jeremy. But do you feel like you had a couple orgasms?
Some
you want-
tinglings, yes.
Some tingling.
Uh-huh.
You wet in your crotch?
I mean, I have to change.
Ah! Ah!
Okay.
Ah!
Thank you, James.
Thank you, James.
Let's take
Thank
a
you,
break.
James.
We'll be right back.
Ah! And we're back. Ah! You know what I mean?
Wow.
Wow, wow, wow.
That was a first for us in the studio.
Yeah, for sure.
Really incredible. Thank you for like sharing that.
Yeah.
And James is off camera right now, but thank you for doing that.
Covering
we really
his crotch.
Shout out to James.
appreciate that. Wow.
That was insane. I want to do it now. You have such like a gentle voice when you're doing it. I was like, at one point I was like, maybe I'll close my eyes and start joining in.
I saw you trying to drop down that staircase.
Well, yeah, it was around stair number 5, and I was like, well, I still got 5 more. I can squeeze it. I can jump it.
I kind of love it when like when doing like workshops and stuff, and there's like folks who are watching, because a lot of the time you'll have a good number of folks who do kind of drop a bit, which is really fun. And then if you're a little sneaky about it, you can invite them to come up if you want to. But yeah, people have a pretty there's a huge distribution of hypnotizability in general. I think that effectively anyone can learn to be hypnotized, but some folks are more naturally able to just go there. And yeah, so a lot of the time folks who are in an audience or whatever just kind of naturally find that they just slip into it.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of theater students would slip right into
No
it.
joke though. Yeah,
'Cause
it
it's
really
very opening exercise.
Well, the way you started is like,
this,
how many
and then
times have I walked this
imagine
space?
the stairs. We had
Uh-huh.
to imagine the globe and follow it around in our brains. So I was like, I could do this. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm very open to this.
I think there's a
Yeah.
ton about acting the way that I see it done. I mean, not an actor obviously, but seeing it done that to me looks a lot like hypnotic phenomena. Like when
Yeah.
you're assuming a character and really
Right.
inhabiting that. It's you're using the power of suggestion with yourself.
Yeah, I remember when I played Mr. Dussel in The Diary of Anne Frank. I really had to zone in on that. And sometimes I would walk off stage and be like, what scene are we on? Because I was so into it. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, could you hypnotize me to get rid of my gag reflex?
So, yes.
Sign me up.
Yeah. I've worked on this before.
Could you hypnotize me to, 1, not feel that pain, and 2, stop smoking weed all day, every day?
Is that what you really want though?
Yes.
Really? Oh,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
sure.
I'm
The addiction got her.
It got me, gal.
She got me.
I'm sitting at work sometimes like, I have a headache. Why? And it's like, oh, you haven't smoked weed in 3 hours. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It was a really fascinating thing to observe. And I think I will definitely say, obviously, we're filming this. This goes on YouTube. There's going to be hella comments that are like, he's
It's fake,
faking,
it's fake.
he's sleep. But what's the takeaway there? It's like, because it's like you said, it's very similar to meditation, right? It's the idea that you have to be open to it. You want to do all of the things in order to unlock those parts of your brain. So what do you say when oh, you brought your friend and you guys talked in the car and you said, you're going to fake 2 orgasms. You're going to look at my watch and get horny. And, you're going to pretend to go to sleep every time I say sleep. What do you say to that?
Yeah. So, I mean, I think
I mean, there are folks where you're just never going to convince them, and that's fine,
Yeah.
right? Like I'm like, it's more for me.
Oh, they're gonna fuck after this.
It's really like the way that I look at it is everything that all that you see and all that you touch and everything under the sun. It's really from your mind. It's of the mind, right? Whether or not there's some physical material reality outside there. Everything that we experience arises in the mind. It's all mind stuff. And it's a matter of saying, all right, that thing, that part that is generative of this fantasy of, right, even this is a kind of fantasy, that part is something that you can open up and you can expose it to someone else, and you can use the power of language to reach into it and create some really, really intense experiences for yourself. I think that to me, it kind of comes down to thinking about experiences that you've had that might not necessarily come out of just the material reality where you are. I mean, I think dreams are the greatest example in my mind. You have an entire world that arises in your mind, right? And you can say, oh, well, that's not real. And I'm like, well, sure, but does it matter in the dream? Like you can have a very powerful experience that your mind is generative.
Yeah.
It's generating the entire thing. We know there's not a reality outside.
And waking up from a dream like that, like we know we have nightmares that shape the fears that we have in the very real world. We have epiphanies in our dream. We have visions in our dream that we go like, oh, I have to change my job, or I'm gonna paint my bedroom pink. Those things come to us in a dream.
Or my grandma coming to me and telling me I'm going to hell. You know what I mean? Just regular dream.
You'll love it though.
Yeah, it's gonna
I'll
be
be
fun
there.
But yeah, like that because we are generating it ourselves, I think we buy into it a little more, and we're like, well, I saw it in a dream, so it must be true.
And I mean, even with hypnosis, you're generating it yourself. It's just you're allowing someone to guide that experience.
Have you ever had someone that just is not responsive? Like you've tried 2 or 3 times and they just will not let themselves get there?
So usually when folks are wanting to do hypnosis with me, they have some motivation to get there. I have worked with folks who are less sort of naturally hypnotizable, and it takes some work and some different strategies to get there. So like I'll do things like one of the things that I'll do with folks who might have like ADHD, because a lot of the time they'll have a hard time sort of fixating on some particular thing or like holding attention in some place, is I'll try and go with kind of a noisier hypnotic induction and use like a confusion induction or things like that.
Just overstimulate.
Yeah, exactly.
Confusion
the mind.
And then once you have a trance, like for folks who are less hypnotizable, my experience is sometimes that it's less, it holds on less, it's less sticky, at risk of using the word. And there are ways to kind of like help to make that deeper and more persistent. So I'll use different like sense modalities. For example, I'll be like, all right, well, we'll move to touch then. If someone's easily distracted from the voice or something that they're seeing visually, let's try touch. There are different strategies to try. I've never worked with someone who wanted to be hypnotized who was not able to be eventually. I've worked with folks where it took some more practice.
Okay. Wow.
It was really wild
That
to
was
witness.
so crazy.
Yeah, for sure. Cool.
Well,
All right. Well, we did it.
oh,
What's your I feel like I asked this before, but I think you just said you like both sides of it. I want to know very specific activity. What is your favorite to be hypnotized to do?
Fist.
Because
Look at that tattoo. That arm's been up somewhere.
no, only because when we asked James earlier, how do you feel? And he says, like, I had a good night's rest and sort of like it was all a dream. So my question is like, do you have a favorite thing to do in that trance state because you can't really remember it?
Yeah. So my thing is I'm sort of like I'm moderately hypnotizable naturally. I wish that I were more naturally hypnotizable. It would be like you have folks who are somnambulists who are just out and they have this can have vivid hallucinations more or less the first time they go into trance and that sort of thing.
Can you spell that word?
Somnambulist.
Hallucination?
No.
Somnambulist? S-A... Wait, what did it say? Is that one more time?
Somnambulist.
Somnambulist.
Yeah.
S-O-M-N-A-B...
They missed an M, I believe. SNAMB.
List.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can spell that on your own.
There's like a whole horror film, like a French horror film about the somnambulist who's like a meditative monster or a hypnotized monster. Anyhow.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I
you
need to
should
watch
watch.
it.
You should
Yeah.
It's a
hypnotize
goon-
him and
it's a
make him watch
gooning-
it too.
It's a gooning film,
That's
actually.
right.
It's going- Sorry, but you were saying.
Yeah, so I'm kind of middle of the road. So there are some things that I don't necessarily get like right out the gate and have had to kind of practice up. So one of them is hypnotic amnesia. Like if I get a suggestion to forget something, initially I was like, okay, well, I still remember it. You know, I might remember it in a hazy way or whatever. But over the course of time, you know, working with like one particular hypnotist, I was able to develop that faculty more to where when I receive a suggestion to forget something, I'm able to forget it. And for me, that's a really, really hot thing. The idea that someone can sort of like make you forget something that might even be influencing your behavior without you realizing it. It's just a very pure expression of control in my mind.
Yeah, that's
Did
like
they ever give you the memory back?
So like so that can be part of the fun too. It's like, oh well, you'll remember it when X, Y, or Z happens, but only for a while, or you know, you'll remember it, you know, on some particular condition, and then it's like, oh yeah, that happened. That's why I did that thing.
Okay, what about for people who
That's super
like me, who I
control.
truly can't remember anything? Would you be able to implant a memory?
I mean, so making false memories is actually like a pretty like straightforward thing to do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Teach me. I'd like to change some people's minds
That's
about
kind of
things
it feels like a
I've done and
fucked
said to them.
up thing to do.
I know. I think
I
it can be
was trying to
extreme.
harness it for evil.
I mean, you can harness it for evil, or you can harness it for horny evil. Like I'll only harness it for horny evil. Like that's my pledge.
Which isn't really evil at the end of the day.
That's
If
what I'm
everyone's
saying.
having a good time.
You're like, don't you remember you were gonna write me a check? Wait, how just horny evil to forget or implant a memory? What's the horny memory?
I mean, it's just for me, the like horny part is that like I wouldn't know whether it was a false memory or not, or that I might have forgotten something that was like that I was suggested to forget.
Oh, and like if it's a false memory, maybe like your relationship is that like you like to be whored out, and the guy's saying like,
Totally.
you took 20 dicks last night. Meanwhile, you were watching Netflix and in bed asleep.
Right.
But
You're
you
like, "My holes never
implant
felt better."
that,
Right.
and then you're like, I'm a slut, I'm a whore, and you're
Right.
really into it.
Or even
Oh.
like, oh, you know, at this earlier point in your life, this thing happened, and like ever since,
See, that-
ever since you've wanted to like, you know, take 20 dicks.
Yeah, that.
So, you know, that's the part where it's edging on too evil, not horny evil, just evil.
I mean, but that's the thing. It's like it's a pre-consent
Unless that
thing.
person
Yeah.
wants that memory.
Of course.
For sure.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
sure.
You better write that contract
All right.
out.
I'd
Exactly.
write it down word for word and be like, now tell me this. And I'll sleep.
Now tell me this right here. It's
You
on
are
Post-it.
thin and a supermodel.
Okay.
I am Naomi Smalls.
Listen, thank you so much for being here.
Thank
this
you.
was very enlightening.
You're both
Yeah, I had a
awesome.
wonderful
This is
time. I
great.
wish we could have done more.
Well, there's always the sequel.
There's the sequel.
Actually, we did a lot more. There were so many dudes in here walking down the stairs.
Walking down 10 stairs.
Yeah. You carry that pocket watch with you all the time?
No, not all the time.
Oh, okay.
No, I would have it with me like a condom.
I
Yeah,
would
just be
I would be
cum
afraid
covered.
that I might like
Cum-
scratch it or something.
Oh,
You know, you
yeah.
Yeah, it looked very nice. And it was like double kept, you know, 2
Right.
bags.
Right.
Too bad.
Double bag
it. Okay,
Bag
so
it.
Jeremy, aka Mind Foxx with 3 X's, Muscle. People can find you on Twitter at Mind Foxx Muscle.
Yeah.
Anything else to promote? Do you have any workshops coming up people could attend? Or
No,
anything like that?
not at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll definitely. I always will announce stuff on Twitter whenever I'm doing workshops. Most of them have been like in the Bay Area, but it would be
Okay.
cool to do them in other places as well.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Well,
Well,
thank you.
Thanks
you.
so much.
Thank you both.
Awesome.
And thank you to your assistant, James.
Yes, thanks to
James,
James.
great. Thanks again.
For being susceptible.
Oh.
Can you spell that?
Susceptible. SUCE. Is it 2 C's like success? ECP to both.
CNC Music
Factory. Thank you so much for listening to this week's Sloppy Second. I literally don't even know what letters I said out loud.
No, me neither.
Thank you so much for listening to this week's Sloppy Seconds. You can follow us at Sloppy Pod. You can send us an email to sloppysecondspod@gmail.com or call in with your own fuck talk story to 213-536-9180. Our email is sloppysecondspod@gmail.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't ever miss an episode, which come out every Tuesday and Friday. And you can follow us at Big Dipper Jelly Spices Meatball on Instagram, Fat Drag Meatball on Twitter, and Meatball the Drag Queen on TikTok. And don't forget to follow Mom Podcast everywhere at Mom Podcast. And don't forget to subscribe to Mom Plus so you can get early episodes with no commercials. And these video episodes will be full videos.
Unbleeped.
Fully edited, though.
And on Mom Plus, we have a little 5-minute after show that you get right behind the
paywall.
Right after the credits here.
Paywall pussy.
That's right. So let's all say goodbye and flex our muscles. You see what I did there?
Damn. To listen to Sloppy Seconds one day early, ad-free, and to watch our full video episodes, sign up for Mom Plus at mompodcast.plus.
Sloppy Seconds is produced by Moguls of Media, a.k.a. Mom.
Hosted by Big Dipper and Meatball.
Editing and sound design by
William Pitts. Executive produced by Willem Belli, Alaska Thunderfuck, Big Dipper, and Joe Cilio.
Our artwork was drawn by Christian Cimarroni.
And our theme song was written by Mike Malarkey.